Everybody, how you doing? This is Charles, and this video I'm going to quickly walk you through our Blackboard page, the syllabus, and pretty much set up the class. So we'll start off by going over the syllabus. Hopefully you've watched my little hello video, but here's the syllabus on our home page right here. So open that thing up, and here we go. English 1260, 600 readings in Shakespeare. And whenever I teach a literature course, a poetry course, I always like to thematize the course. We'll look at our various plays through a handful of themes. And I'm titling it, "Oh, What a Rogue and Peasant Slave Am I," which is from Hamlet's soliloquy in Hamlet. We're looking at the ideas of guilt, indecision, revenge, and melancholy in Shakespeare. There's my name, Charles Kell. Please call me Charles. Email address, if you want to email and chat. If you ever want to set up a Zoom and talk about any of the class, please feel free. Course description. We're going to read 4 plays and a handful of sonnets by Shakespeare. Are analyzed in order to develop students' understanding of the work's dramatic, cultural, and historical context, as well as various critical viewpoints. Arguably, and this is the general course description at CCR, here's my course description. Arguably, Shakespeare's most famous soliloquy is spoken in Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. To be or not to be, that is the question. Here, among many thoughts, the prince questions existence and being in the world. Shortly before, in Act 2, Scene 2, Hamlet, in a simultaneous mood of rage, self-pity, self-hatred, and indecisiveness, exclaims, "Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I." This is one of my favorite soliloquies, and sets forth a beguiling look into his inner self. This soliloquy, along with other important moments in the play, serve as the base of our course. In English 1260 Readings in Shakespeare, we will focus mainly on the plays Hamlet, Macbeth, Antony and Cleopatra, and Titus Andronicus, and a handful of sonnets. And at the end of the semester, I may ask you to watch a movie or two, adaptations of these plays. Our overarching themes will swirl around notions of guilt, indecisiveness, revenge, and melancholy. These 4 terms will frame our course, our close readings, and our investigation into the dazzling thought process and timeless wordplay of Shakespeare. Learning outcomes. Here's what the course set up to do. Identify and describe distinct literary, cultural, and historical characteristics of Shakespeare's plays. Display a working knowledge of dramatic and poetic structures present in Shakespeare's work, as well as a familiarity with many of the varied interpretations, analysis, and dramatizations of these works since the 16th century. Identify the distinct literary genres of tragedies, comedies, histories present in Shakespeare's work. Demonstrate greater reading fluency of Elizabethan English. That's what we're reading. It's Elizabethan English here. Some people call it Shakespearean English. Analyze Shakespeare's plays for their structure and meaning using correct terminology. Write analytically about Shakespeare's works using MLA guideline. And effectively communicate ideas about Shakespeare. I will be providing all the readings, and I'm going to show you how to access our readings in a moment after I go over the syllabus. You can ignore the attendance because we're distance learning. We're all online, so don't worry about that. Attendance, I have in our attendance policy here, my attendance will just be you turning your assignments in on time. So the course is open on Blackboard. Everything's on Blackboard. All the readings, all the handouts, all the assignments. And here's the grading policy. We're going to have discussion boards, which I'm going to upload a separate video where I walk through that in detail, showing you how to complete the discussion boards. That's the big money of our semester there. That's worth 350 points. There'll be 10 of them, 35 points each. And there'll be another video where I'll explain those in detail. We got 3 papers. That's it. Paper 1, Paper 2, Paper 3, and there'll be videos and handouts that explain those in detail. That's all we're doing. Discussion boards and papers. So that's the grade breakdown. Discussion boards way heaviest. Paper 1, Paper 2, Paper 3. And I have this attendance and professionalism. This is just turning your work in on time, right? Don't turn your work in like weeks and weeks late. If you do, you'll get points deducted. The grades will be available on your papers with detailed comments through Microsoft Word track changes on Blackboard. My goal is for all of you to do really well in the course. I want everyone to get an A. If you do all the discussion boards, follow the guidelines on the papers, you will do well. If you bomb a paper, you can resubmit it. You can revise and resubmit. If you need academic accommodations, contact the DSS. If you ever want to talk to me through Zoom or anything or about the class, even in person, I'm at CCRI Warwick most of the week. We can set up a time. All right. We are not, again, this is a distance learning class. We are not officially meeting. However, I think it makes the course much more manageable, easier to navigate, frame it like a traditional course if I set it up with a regular schedule. So here's how I'm framing the course. Here's the weekly breakdown. Introductions, syllabus, reading Shakespeare, Sonnet 30. We're going to read Sonnet 73 and 116. Week 2, we're jumping into Hamlet. Discussion boards due. Hamlet, paper 1. We're going to read Macbeth, Antony and Cleopatra, and finish up with Titus Andronicus. So that's the syllabus. You could look at this. I've also replicated the syllabus on our discussion board or on our weekly sessions on our Blackboard page. So if you go to weekly sessions, here's week 1. And here are the sonnets. And here's me talking about Sonnet 30, reading some of the sonnets, me reading Sonnet 73 and Sonnet 116. So in many ways, it replicates an actual in-person class. So there's week 1. And what I've also done week 2, I have my notes reading Hamlet. I look at Hamlet. I made a video on each scene of each act. So you can consult that if you want to. Shakespeare is difficult, right? So if you read on your own if you want, but if you want to read along with me in these videos where I stop and slowly talk about important scenes, important moments, you could do that. And that's how the whole course is set up. So the weekly sessions mirror our syllabus, right? So week 5, we're into Macbeth. There I am looking at some Macbeth stuff there. So that's the weekly sessions, how the course is set up, follow along. Here's how you get to the plays. On our Blackboard toolbar here, you see Folger Shakespeare. So you click on Folger Shakespeare, and every Shakespeare of anything, it's free here. So you just go to tragedies. Where's Hamlet? So you can start reading Hamlet. There's a full synopsis. There's background. You could jump into Act 1, Scene 1. So here are the plays, and you'll find Hamlet's on here. Every Shakespeare's on here. So here's the play, right? It might be helpful to look up if there are certain words you don't know. You can find Shakespeare's annotations online, so you might want to look up. I also talk about that in my videos. So right there, Folger Shakespeare, that's where all the Shakespeare plays are located. As you've seen on week 1, here are all the sonnets. I have the sonnets, and I have sonnets with my notes on them. The videos of the sonnets we're going to look at, they're also located. If you look at the toolbar here, sonnets 30, 73, 116, 3 of my favorite Shakespeare sonnets. There they are. So here's a note reading Shakespeare sonnet. And if you go down here in the toolbar, I have a lot of stuffs on the toolbar. Here's some notes on reading Shakespeare sonnets, how to read a sonnet, sonnets, all this stuff here. And I'll have various toolbar links throughout the class. So there's the video, everything. I'll upload videos and walk through the papers and all that stuff. So that's the class. Everything's on Blackboard. All the content, all the assignments. I'll be making videos where I walk through the various papers. I taught this class in the fall, so some of the videos I might be referring to fall. I'm not going to make each video over again. So just if you stick to this syllabus, follow along and the weekly sessions, that's our class. And like I said, if you have any other questions, let me know. So that's it. I'm going to be uploading a video right here about the discussion boards. All right, everybody, good luck.